Hi, this is Yolanda with Writing with Purpose, speaking life to a changing world. Today I'm just popping on here real quick. I just kind of wanted to do a video in regard to the seven spheres of influence. We are living in, some really, you know, uh, challenging, we are living through some challenging times right now. And I just wanted to share. I had wrote about this on my blog many years ago, and a lot of people right now is dealing with unemployment. A lot of people are getting laid off from their jobs, and I just wanted to share my own personal experience with my transition of how I walked through this dealing with unemployment and how the Lord led me to start a blog and really just kind of like open my eyes to using my gifts. And I just wanted to share, how you can start using your gifts if you have been working and you feel completely lost because your identity is wrapped up in your position. And now you may not have that position. You may have been working for years upon years in a certain field. You may feel really completely lost. And for me, that was not the case. I had worked several years of temporary employment, and I was never really tied to one specific job per se, because I basically I was locked out of the system, so to speak. So kind of like blackballed, or I'm not sure what was going on. I believe I was targeted with witchcraft as well. That blocked me from getting into positions, but that's on a whole nother level. But I just, want to focus on how you can use your gifts in the seven areas or spheres of influence that you can focus on. But if you don't really know what skills you have, that's something that you need to dig deep and research on. Your talents, your skills, your abilities, your interests, all of that is wrapped up into your calling, your vocation, your gifts, what the Lord has designed for you to do. So the first, and this is not in any order. I'm just actually just rolled it off the top of my head, and yeah, it's not in any order. It's not an order of importance or anything. So the first one is education. Now, education, when people hear education, the first thing they think of is teaching in the school system, elementary, junior high school, college. You got to think broader than that. It doesn't have to necessarily mean that you have to be a teacher in the school system. You can educate many different ways. Nowadays, right now, online, being a content creator is big. If you have a certain skill set, certain knowledge that you can share with others, you can create a YouTube channel and share that information. You can also sign up for Skillshare and I think it's called Udemy. It's spelled Udemy, and they will pay you to teach online courses. You can also create your own courses and set up a website and teach courses or tutor. There are many levels to this. If you're a mechanic, you can teach how to take care of your car. Especially a lot of people, don't know how to maintain a car. So if you have knowledge of different things, that woodworking, if you're interested in woodworking and you want to share your knowledge and your interests, your passion, you can set up a channel, or you can create some type of online resource where you can share that information. So you got to think outside of the box when it comes to these areas of influence that I'm going to be talking about. And when you can really sit down with yourself and take some solid silent time and really think about what it is that you have inside of you that the Lord has planted on the inside of you, and see if you can work towards either gaining experience, training, or doing your own research. I'm good. Me personally, that's what I did. I researched like crazy, and I just have, I've always had an interest for learning, so I just constantly was learning as I was going. It was not something that I even had to think about. It was just something that I was naturally doing. And back then, Barnes and Nobles was available. We had Borders. I would constantly go to Barnes and Nobles and Borders and sit down there for hours on the weekend and pull books and read books. And it was a social thing. I interacted with people. It was so much fun back then. But we're living in different times now. A lot of people are isolated. A lot of people, books is not like available to us as and it used to be. I used to also go to the library and spend hours at the library on my laptop and actually connecting with people, and just socializing. So you just have to find your path. There is no direct path. Everybody's path is different. So don't compare yourself to other people. Just walk your own lane, stay in your own lane. And the next sphere of influence is the arts. So the arts can be theater, it can be music, it can be writing, it can be, I'm trying to think of what else, dance. It could be any of the entertainment within the entertainment industry. So, if you have a gift, if you have a talent for singing, it's so easy to set up a channel or TikTok or going to doing little clips on Instagram with your singing, just featuring your. If you enjoy piano, you can show your talent playing the piano or any instrument that guitar, anything, drums, whatever you enjoy doing, and featuring that or getting involved in the community with different organizations and participating so you can get your name out there. So the arts is another way of, gaining influence and walking in the direction that, a path, designing a pathway, navigating through this situation of job loss. And so the third one is media. Media can be video, it can be radio, it could be podcasting, it can be writing, it can be interviewing, it can be marketing. So there's many different levels of media, but for the most part, media consists of TV, film, and like podcast, radio. If you have strong communications and you enjoy public speaking, you may want to get into the media area. I'm trying to think of what else. Now there's so many things you can do now because we have video available. So like I said, you can get on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. All of this is wide open for you to create a channel and just start marketing your work. And 4 is family. Now, not everybody is designed to go into traditional fields. Your gift may just be raising your family. That is also valuable in the eyes of God. Not everybody has a heart or desire to work in specific fields and to really build a channel or, work in different environments. You may just enjoy raising your children, that is a job. That is a major job to run a household. Do not devalue running a household. It has a lot of skills that is tied to it, and you are raising up your children, with values. And to be, my parents, like, for one, my mother was a stay-at-home mom. She raised us until I got to high school, and then she went back to work. And my father worked, so I was raised in a two-parent household. So I didn't have, I don't know what it's like not to have both parents at home. But you can really nurture your children, um, and that's if you have another form of income that's coming into the household. So that is, raising a family is a gift from God, and He honors and He treasures that. So do not take raising a family lightly. It is a gift. And 5 is ministry, religion. So if you have a heart for service and you have a heart for sharing the gospel, I would really recommend you working towards, I don't even know how to say start, because this is something that the Lord has been directing my path. I never thought I would ever be a part of ministry. To be honest, when I was younger, this is definitely a calling for me. It's definitely a calling, because if you told me this when I was younger, I would have said not even a chance. Like, seriously, I would not have thought that I would be doing this right now. But if you are called to ministry, there's so many different avenues you can take. You can be like a content creator where you're sharing the word of God. You can be a blogger like I am, where you're sharing the word of God through your blog, website. If you write books, if you're an author, if you're a content web writer, writing articles, you can go. I'm trying to think of what else. If you're a speaker, you can actually hold meetings in your community where you can share the word of God. You can actually go to your church and see if there's any way you can serve in the church. Yeah, there's so many different opportunities for ministry. So don't box yourself in. Still be creative and be open-minded to how you can be service in your community and abroad. And the 6th one is government. So, hello. We are dealing with some really unique, I would say, more than unique times that we're living in. And so if you have a heart for or interest in government, apply for, well, I don't know if we can do that right now, because as you know what's going on, but I'm sure there are still opportunities and openings. They're draining the swamp, as we know, but I guess if you have a heart for government, and that's where God is leading you, where one door closes, another one opens. So just submit your resume and see what happens. That's all I can say for that. And for 7, the last sphere of influence is business. So if you have a heart for business, and that could be so many things, you can be an entrepreneur, you can be a small business, you can work for an organization, work on the back end. You can work in logistics, you can work in accounting. inventory. There is so many different sides to business, so it's all according to what your experience is in, your experience, your skills, your interest. Those are the three things you want to focus on: skills, experience, and interest, because they have to align. They have to align, and you have to really make sure that this is something that you want to do, because as you know, you may have spent many years in an industry or a job, and you know, this is the time to step into what your heart and what you're led to do, what the Lord is leading you to do. So hope you enjoyed this video. And I just want to add this to them. I had this in my notes. Growth mindset. Through this whole ordeal, when you're going through in whatever field of interest that you're interested in, always have a growth mindset. Always be continuously learning your craft, your skill, and learning from others. Stay adaptable and resilient. This is so important. Learn to go with, when we're in the midst of uncertainty, things are unstable, you have to be adaptable and you have to be resilient with whatever you choose to do. If you don't see results, stick at it and keep continuing regardless. I don't know how to tell you to do that. That's something that you have to work that out for yourself. Everybody got to work out their own salvation. So you need to figure out how to stay resilient and have determination to pull through during hard times, and to be flexible. You have to have flexibility to be able to be pliable to the certain conditions and the circumstances that you face, because things will change and shift without a dime's notice. So you have to be flexible and adaptable. That's so, I cannot stress that enough. Stay vigilant and stay committed. And so the last one is resourcefulness. Learn how to reserve your resources and to utilize your resources well, and to also not be stingy with your resources, but to be open-handed with your resources. Be a giver. And that doesn't always have to mean money. It could be giving of your time, giving of your ear, listening to others. It could be sharing. It can be being resourceful with the tools that you've been giving, not being wasteful with resources and supplies, and just using wise and using common sense. So don't be wasteful with the things, with what God has given you. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you in the next one. Take care, and I hope it was helpful for you. Yeah, because I know what it's like not to have a job. It's very stressful, and do not get discouraged. Do not get discouraged. Keep your head up and keep pressing on, keep pushing on. I just want to leave you with some hope and encouragement, and look at this as an opportunity for change. Look at it as an opportunity for growth, and look at it for an opportunity